Up, people? Welcome back to Awakes Network. How the British and the Northern establishment deceived Awolowo to betray the East. Before we go into the details of this news, if this is your first time of visiting my channel, hit on the red subscription button and the notification bell icon to keep updated whenever we make upload. Now the details of the news. Awolowo, who came from the southwest, was believed to have betrayed the East during the war that lasted for 30 days. This story has created a lot of controversies and hatred from the Igbo towards the Yoruba populace. However, Obafemi Awolowo is undisputed hero of the Yoruba tribe of Nigeria, whose wartime policy of starvation and currency change helped kill the Biafran dream. The post-colonial era of Nigerian history was dominated by three actors: Nnamdi Azikiwe, Obafemi Awolowo, and Ahmadu Bello. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe was an avowed nationalist who preferred one Nigeria above anything else. Sir Ahmadu Bello was a tribalist who initially preferred a balkanized Nigeria to enable his people live their religious and cultural life without external negative influence, and was later reluctantly convinced to seek an agenda for a united Nigeria. Chief Obafemi Awolowo from the onset did not hide his preference for an Oduduwa republic. Chief Awolowo was idolized by the Yorubas because he was able to transform the Southwest into an educational and industrial hub in Africa and built a robust political climate. He so much understood the value of education that he made it free, affordable, and offered a lot of scholarships to Yorubas to advance academically to the highest level. He ran a political system in action group where people have their say while the leader has his way. This is a system Bola Tinubu is unsuccessfully trying to emulate in Action Congress of Nigeria. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, a core nationalist, never received the level of hero worship Awolowo received in the West because Igbo severally accused him of not taking them out of Nigeria, where Chief Awolowo and Sir Ahmadu Bello were angling for a balkanized nation. Chief Awolowo was the sage whose idea ended the Nigerian Civil War. He advised the Gowon cabinet to block all food supplies to Biafra so as to end the war quickly, and according to him, starvation is a legitimate instrument of war. This led to the starvation of over 1 million Biafran children. Thus, Awolowo's advice and actions led to the quick end to the Biafran dream. Therefore, it is right to say that what the entire armed forces of Nigeria could not do, the wisdom of Awolowo did. Chief Awolowo also ensured that every adult Biafran who managed to survive the starvation was given 20 pounds to start life at fresh, irrespective of the amount of money in anyone's bank account before the war started. Another policy of his which frustrated Biafran's ability to import food and arms was the change of currency. According to Awolowo, and it is on record that Ojukwu admitted that two things defeated him in this war. That is as at the day he left Biafra. He said, one, the change of currency. He said that was the first thing that defeated him, and we did that to prevent Ojukwu taking the money which his soldiers have stolen from our central bank for sale abroad to buy arms. So I decided to change the currency, and for your benefit, it can now be told that the whole world, only Gowon knew the day before the change took place. Chief Awolowo has been variously accused of introducing tribalism into the Nigeria politics. He chased Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe out of Ibadan in 1954 when the NCNC, headed by Azikiwe, won majority seat in the Western Nigeria House of Assembly, and through a palace coup called cross-carpeting, Zik was denied the premiership of Western Nigeria at a time where Professor Eyo Eta and Efik was premier of Eastern Nigeria, and Alhaji Umoru Atin, a Fulani, was mayor of Enugu. Dr. Azikiwe, following the footsteps of Awolowo, had to frustrate Professor Eyo Eta out of Enugu. Chief Awolowo and Sir Ahmadu Bello seem to have a deeper understanding of the Nigeria complexities than Dr. Azikiwe. While Awolowo never trusted the Igbos, the North never trusted Awolowo and the Yorubas. The North oligarchy instigated crisis in Western Nigeria in the same manner President Obasanjo used the Uba brothers to instigate crisis in Anambra State. This crisis led to the trumped-up charges leading to the trial and imprisonment of Awolowo. Reports have it that he was to be poisoned in prison before the military coup altered the state of affairs. Awolowo was released from Calabar prison by Biafran leader Odumegu Ojukwu, and there was an agreement that while Ojukwu declared Biafra in the east, Awolowo would declare Oduduwa Republic in the west. The British establishment, sensing the dangers of Awolowo declaring Oduduwa Republic in the west, convinced Gowon and the north to checkmate Awolowo's secessionist agenda by appointing him the vice chairman of the Federal Executive Council. This strategy worked effectively, and Awolowo was deceived that after Gowon's tenure, he will be given the opportunity of ruling Nigeria. Awolowo thus had to checkmate the Biafran dream to clear any obstacle to his ruling Nigeria, while the North was looking for the right opportunity to throw him into the dustbin. In frustration, Awolowo resigned from Gowon's cabinet when he realized he had been politically duped. Awolowo quashed the Biafran dream, while the northern establishment killed the Oduduwa dream and betrayed Awolowo's presidential ambition thrice. This fact was aptly captured by a prominent Yoruba leader and Nigeria's former Minister of Aviation, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, while replying to a boastful statement by another prominent northern leader, Alhaji Usman Farouk, on how the North dominated the Yoruba people and conquered the Niger Delta. According to Fani-Kayode, the North literally begged Awolowo not to declare Oduduwa Republic and go the way of Biafra, even though that was his original intention. Fourthly, it was the support that the Southwest gave to the North that allowed Nigeria to win the war. Fifthly, it was the lie that Gowon and the northern leaders fed Awolowo that he would be made president of the country after the war, and after being effectively made the de facto prime minister under Gowon during the war, that got Awolowo to support them. Invariably, the Igbos and Yoruba were effectively dreamboat, divided, manipulated, and at power by the northern establishment. The emergence of Awolowo's kinsman, Obasanjo, as head of state was another opportunity for him to realize his dream of ruling Nigeria. The 1979 election result was decided in the infamous judgment where the Supreme Court refused Awolowo's plea that 2/3 of 19 is 13 states, and went ahead to declare Alhaji Shehu Shagari the winner of the election. The North, led by Generals Shehu Yaradua and Theophilus Danjuma convinced Obasanjo why Awolowo should never be the president of Nigeria. Therefore, instead of a runoff election, which some believe could favor Awolowo, the Supreme Court declared Alhaji Shehu Shagari the winner of the election. Chief MKO Abiola at one point was used by the Northerners dominated National Party of Nigeria (NPN) to oppose the presidential ambition of Awolowo. He used his National Concord newspapers and enormous wealth to fight Awolowo and UPN, and when they finished using him to deal with Awolowo, they frustrated Abiola's presidential ambition, and he had to resign from the party in 1982. Alhaji Umaru Dikko, then transport minister, sent a message to Abiola that the presidency was not for sale to the highest bidder. When Babangida annulled the election of Abiola in 1993, Yorubas alluded to a certain curse Awolowo placed on Abiola in the heat of the latter's opposition to his presidential ambition, that even if Abiola was to be given the presidential seat, he would not sit on it. In 1999, after the suspicious death of Abiola in July 1998, the northern establishment, sensing that Chief Olu Falai was the choice of the Yoruba people, rigged the polls in favor of Obasanjo. It is obvious that the North had shown evidence of being deadly political strategists than their Yoruba and Igbo compatriots, having used the political suspicions between the duo to dribble them. Conclusively, the North is not as dumb people as people assume. They used Awolowo to checkmate Biafra, and then dealt with Awolowo and his political ambition. This is a huge story and a huge fact for taking us back. And if I may air my opinion on this matter, I will say, just as the last part of the article said, that the North is not as dumb as people assume. The North is not as dumb as people assume. It's belong. If you have following Nigeria history, right, even before independence and after independence and up to now, you will agree with the writer that the North is not as dumb as you think. When it comes to politics, they have outplayed the educated elites from the South several times. And now people are saying that the ongoing brulala, the ongoing war going on in APC, the suspension of Adams Oshomole, everybody is saying that he has nothing to do with Obaseki, but is an attempt to stop Tinubu come 2023. That the battle for 2023 have started, and they are trying to outsmart and outplay the South again. And I hope and I believe that we should not allow history to repeat himself. Just we should look at what happened to the great Nnamdi Azikiwe, the great Awolowo, the great Abiola, when the North never allowed them. So we should not allow history to repeat itself again. So let's just do our best and air our opinion, just as some people have said. One of the comments I have here said, "I love the condition of Nigeria today. Both the betrayed and the betrayer are paying the huge price now. If we don't eschew tribalism in our national lives, we shall all be drowned in it. If you doubt it, ask the northern Nigeria. How market everybody? Nonsense." I love this contribution. He said that we should not we should tolerate each other and put aside tribalism and religion so that Nigeria can move forward. The other contributor said, Igbo should not blame anyone for their dilemma and regrettable actions, but rather to blame themselves for being arrogant and greediness. This disease exists among Igbos to date and always been their first priority, which fully dominated their mind and focus that led them to unsuccessful journey. I don't know what this person is trying to say, but don't forget, my people, you can also share your comment with us by going to the comment section and making your opinion known to us. Thank you, and stay awake with our Wakes Network. God bless.